Good. And Terry? Okay, great. All right. So today I thought we will practice some things that we already learned before we continue with our guitar lesson. So I will share my screen with you. And I would like to talk about your dialogues today that you wrote as homework the last time. So I really liked all of your dialogues. I thought you did a very good job, all of you. And I would just like to practice some things today that we already know, but I think we should just practice a little bit more. Okay, but first, I would like to know, what is a dialogue? Who can explain what does that mean? So maybe Ryan, can you explain in your own words what is a dialogue?
I think it's someone talk to someone.
Very good, yes. So if more than two people talk with each other, very good, Ryan. So a dialogue is a conversation. So when people talk between two or more people, and it is something that we write. Okay, so we write about what people say. Very good. Okay, and I would like to look at some sentences from different dialogues that you have sent me, and there is one mistake in each sentence. And so I would like to find that one mistake together with you for each sentence and correct it together. Okay, so first let's look at our three examples. Okay, so these are our three examples. Esther, could you please read the first sentence?
The boy changed his clothes.
Very good, yes. So the boy changed his clothes. That will be our first example for today. The boy changed his clothes. All right, so for this, we have to think a little bit more about verbs. Okay, so Barry, can you maybe explain in your own words what is a verb?
Mm, it's a word of action.
Very good. So it is something that we do, usually. Very good. Okay. Now, in English, there is something special because we always need to conjugate the verb. Now, conjugate, that sounds difficult, but what it means is to change, okay? We need to change the verb to match the person here on the left. Okay, so these are the persons that can do or say something. So that can be, maybe Stella, can you read the persons? So just here, this on the left side. Mm-hmm. I can't hear you. It's very quiet.
I, he, she, it, we, they.
Very good. It was a bit quiet, but I could hear you. I will just repeat. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Very good. Okay. And so we have the persons here on the left, and here we have different verbs. Okay, so here we have to be, to have, to do, and to like, just as examples. Okay, and now it depends always on the person how we use or change the verb. Okay, so Terry, could you please read I and how we change the verb here?
I am have.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And what is this one, Terry? Here, so the third verb.
oh, I am have to like.
Yes, very good, Terry. Okay, so we can see here the only verb that we really have to change is to be. So we don't say I be, we say I am. Very good. Okay, now let's look at the second one. Dylan, could you please read you and how we change the verbs?
You are have to like.
Very good. Okay, so here we see we change it to are, you are. We don't say you be, but we can keep the other ones. You have, like to have, you do, like do, and you like. Okay, very good. Now here comes a very special one. He, she, it. Okay, Esther, could you read he, she, it, and then how we change the verb here?
He, she, it, is, has, does, likes.
Very good, yes. So here we can see that in all verbs we change it. So for every verb we have, when it's he, she, it, we have to change it. Okay, so we have to remember this. All right, we will look at that again in a moment. Okay, let's look at we. Um, let's see, Barry, could you please read we and then the verbs?
We are have to like.
Very good. So again, we have a change here. It's are, not be, but all the other ones stay the same. Okay, Stella, you.
Right. Stella left the group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll come back to her.
Okay, then maybe let's see. Terry, could you please read another one?
You are have to like.
Very good. Okay. And the last one, let's see. Dylan, could you please read that one?
They are have to like.
Very good. Okay. Now let's move on. So again, let's look at our sentence. The boy changed his clothes. Now there is something that is not quite right here. Now we know that the boy is a he, right? Now what do you remember? So if we have he, she, or it, what happens with the verb? We have to add something. So Ryan, do you know what do we have to add?
And is.
Yes, very good. We always need to add an S. Okay, very good. So then the sentence becomes the boy changes his clothes. Very good. So we always have to add an S or ES. Okay, So let's look at some more examples. All right. Dylan, could you please read the first sentence?
The boy changes clothes.
Very good. Yeah, the boy changes his clothes. Careful here, we just say clothes. So it just stops after the S, clothes. The E is almost silent. Okay, then Esther, could you please read the second sentence?
The girl loves her dog.
Very good. Okay, Barry, the next sentence.
Abe likes to get a bath.
Very good. And Ryan, the last one.
The grandfather thinks the dog smells bad.
Very good, yes. So we can see in all these examples, we have an S after the verb. And because it's a he, she, or it. So we can keep this rule here in mind, okay? He, she, it plus verb plus S. Okay, now the question is, when do we add ES? So here it's always S, not ES. When do we add ES? Let's see, maybe Dylan, can you think of a verb where we add ES? Do you have an idea, Dylan? When could we add ES?
No.
Okay, let's see. Maybe Terry, do you have an idea? When do we add ES?
Does.
Yeah, very good, Terry. Yes, in does, for example. So let's look at some. Here we have one. The girl does not want to give Pep a bath. Very good. Okay, Dylan, could you please read the second sentence?
Pep does not like to take baths.
Very good. So this is one example. So if we have do, then we can see it here. He, she, it plus do plus es. So then we add es after that. Okay, can you think of maybe another verb where we would use es? It's very similar to do. It sounds almost the same. Esther, do you have an idea?
No.
Okay, let's see. Maybe Ryan, do you have an idea? Something that is very, very similar to do.
I don't have idea.
Okay, no problem. I will help you. If you go somewhere, for example, if you go to school, then let's say we would say he, she, it plus go. How would we then say that, Ryan? If it was he, she, it, and go?
Goes.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so then we would also add es. Okay, so does or goes would be two examples for es when it's he, she, it. Okay, very good. So, in that way, we have found already that one mistake for our first sentence. Okay, so Dylan, could you please read the sentence?
The boy changes his clothes.
Perfect. Yes, so we have already solved our first sentence. Very good. Okay, because it's he in this case, we need to add the S. All right. Now, this was a lot of theory, so I would say let's start to play to practice a little bit more. Okay, so I will open the game now and we can play all together. But later, you can go back to this link and play again at home if you want to and practice again at home for homework. Okay, so I will open the game now for us. Let me change to, I need to open it first. Okay. Okay, so I hope you can all see it okay. So we will practice this new form of the verb, or well, it's not new, we already know it, but we will practice it a little bit more. Okay, and this is called the present simple. That is the tense that we use. And now we need to find the right form of the verb. Okay, so let's start. Okay, this is our first sentence now. Let's see, Terry, which verb do I use here? So which form of the verb do I use? So we need to ask ourselves, who is doing it? Can you say it again, Terry?
Change.
So change or changes?
Changes.
Very good. Okay, so I will try this one. Let's see what happens. It's correct. Very good, Terry. Okay, the next one. Now, what do we add here? Let's see, Dylan. Which form of the verb?
Lives.
Can you say it again, please?
Lives.
Okay, and can you please read the whole sentence, Dylan?
She loves her dog.
Okay, let's try it. It's correct. Very good, because it was she. Okay, now let's look at this one, Ryan.
The grandfather sings the smells bad.
Okay, let's try it. And it's correct. Very good, Ryan. Okay, because it's the grandfather, it's a he. All right, another one, the sister. Esther, could you please read this one?
The sister does not want to give.
Oops, sorry. Oh no, the time ran out. Let me start it again. Sorry. I need to change the settings. I thought that was off. Okay. We will do this again. Changes. Okay, we said loves. We said the grandfather thinks the dog smells bad. Okay, and then I think, Esther, it was your turn. Yes. Okay.
The sister does not want to give Pep a bath.
Very good. Okay, let's see. It's correct. Okay, then here, the grandfather again, Barry.
Does the grandfather like the dog?
Very good. Okay. The next one, Terry.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and can you say it again, Terry? And the whole sentence, please?
The father has 2 kids.
Very good. That's correct. Okay. Ryan.
He has a daughter.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. And also correct. Very good. All right. Barry again.
And he has a son.
Mm-hmm. Okay, also correct. And then let's see. Stella, are you there again?
No.
No? Okay, that's fine. Okay, then let's see. Dylan, could you read this one?
He also has a dog.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Okay. Esther. Ah, no, I'm sorry. Always, I'm sorry, Esther. I thought I had turned it off. Ah, I'm very sorry. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Timer is none. Um,
I, oh, I think you need to apply to this activity. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Let's see. I can't skip. I'm really sorry. So I have to start
Yeah,
again.
you don't. They can play after the class.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Then we can stop here and you can try again at home. Okay, but I think you get the idea. So I will go back to my presentation then. Okay, but very nice job. So I think you understand, let me see. I think you understand the rules. So like I said, what you can do is you can play again at home. And later I will make sure to take that timer out so you have more time to play. Okay, very good. So our first sentence was, the boy changes his clothes. Okay, Esther, could you now please read the second sentence?
What are talking about?
Very good. Okay, let's look at this sentence. What are talking about? So we had a dialogue where Pep said, what are talking about? Now, there are two things that we always need to think about and that we always need to know in a sentence. So we need to know who and what. Okay, so who is talking or who is doing something and what are they doing? Okay, for example, here, talking is what the person is doing. But who is talking? Okay, so that is the question. So let's see. Ryan, what do you think? What do we need here? What is the problem?
They.
Very good. Okay, let's see. Very good. Yes, we need to have they in that sentence. So what are they talking about? So in this case, Pep is asking himself, what are they, that is the family, talking about? So now we know, okay, they are talking. So we always need to remember that we need a subject that is a person, somebody who does something in a sentence. Okay, so that would be, Barry, could you read? What do we need in that sentence then?
I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they.
Very good. We always need one of those in a sentence. Okay, let's look at some more examples. Esther, could you please read the first sentence?
Pet, what are they talking about?
Very good. Okay, Dylan, the next sentence, please.
Grandfather, the dog needs a bath. It smells.
Very good. Okay, and Terry, the last sentence. So it's the last sentence here, Terry. Could you please read it?
Sister, I don't want to go outside.
Very good. Okay, so Terry, who are the people in all of these sentences?
Sister.
So they are the ones, so here it's sister who is saying something. And then in the sentence,
She doesn't want to go outside.
very good. Okay, so in your sentence, we would know it's her because you said she. She doesn't want to go out. Very good. And here we know it's her because she says I. So here it's that person. It's I. Okay, here, who is it who needs a bath? The dog needs a bath. Okay, so the dog is who? The dog is he. Very good. And here, it's they. They is who in the sentence. Okay, what are they talking about? They are the people. Okay, very good. So, how do we need to change our sentence? Dylan, can you please read the sentence?
What are they talking about?
Very good. Okay, so we need to add a subject, so a person, somebody who. So in this case, we only needed a they. Very good. Okay, so we already solved 2 sentences. Very good. Okay, so now our last example from the dialogues. Barry, could you please read this sentence?
I already wear my new shirt.
Very good. Okay, this is a bit more difficult, I think, to find the problem. So I already wear my new shirt. Okay, so let's see. Does somebody have an idea? What do we need to change here? Maybe Esther. And this could maybe help. So we need to think about, is that something that is happening right now?
It has you are ready.
So it's something that already, so we know already, it's something that already happened. So already means the person, so the person already put on his new shirt. So maybe that was 5 minutes ago. Maybe it was an hour ago. So it was some time before, but now he is still wearing the new shirt. Okay, it is happening right now. So we can see so this person put on the new shirt sometime in the past. We don't know, maybe 5 minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago. So it started here. and he was wearing it the whole time, and now it is still happening. So he is still wearing his shirt right now. Now this is a bit tricky. If we have something that happened sometime in the past, but is still happening right now and still continuing, it's not stopping, it's still happening, then we need to use the present continuous. That sounds a bit complicated. Does somebody know what that means? The present continuous. Maybe Ryan, do you have an idea? What does that mean?
No, I have not idea.
Okay. Okay. Maybe Ryan, have you heard something like the present progressive? Does that sound familiar?
No.
Also not? Okay. No problem. Let's see. Barry, have you heard of present continuous before?
A way to change the verb.
Very good. Yes. Okay. Let's look at it a bit more closely. Okay, very good. So if we use this present continuous, it means we change the verb again. Okay, so here we can see, and we would change it. We would say, I am already wearing my new shirt. Okay, so it's a different way to change the verb, okay? And we only use it in very special cases. For example, this one, I am already wearing my new shirt. Okay, now we use this when we talk about things that are happening right now. Okay, so while this person is saying this, he is wearing his shirt. Okay, it is happening at that same time. But it is something that started before he talked. So he put on his new shirt, and then he came out and told his dad, I am already wearing my new shirt, because he put it on before and now he's still wearing it. So that is why he uses the present continuous. Okay, let's look at some more examples maybe. So first, this is how we build it, but we will come back to this. So we have here this example. Dylan, could you read the first sentence, please?
I am already wearing my new shirt.
Very good. Okay. Ryan, could you please read the second sentence?
What are they talking about?
Very good. Okay, and then Terry, the last sentence, please.
I am doing my homework and just give it a bad now.
Very good. Okay, so we see in all of these sentences, we use this form. Let's think about this. So why do you think does sister say, I am doing my homework and not I do my homework? Esther, do you have an idea?
I does my homework and can't give it a bad now.
Okay, Terry, thank you. But actually, that would not be correct. So I does is not correct. I am
I-
doing.
I do.
Mm-hmm. Very good. That would be the right form. Okay, let's see. Esther, can you think of maybe why we have to use this form and not I does, for example?
Because she is doing now.
Mm-hmm. Very good. It is happening right now, and it is also something that doesn't stop right now. Okay, so it's like it takes a longer time to do it. Very good. So let's see. Let's look at another sentence. What are they talking about? Ryan, do you have an idea? Why do we say, are they talking? And not why, for example, why they talk about or something like this. Why is it, what are they talking about?
Because they are doing now.
Mm-hmm. Very good, yes. And maybe it is also something that takes more time, right? Usually, what are they talking about means somebody says something, and it goes back and forth, and people keep talking, so it doesn't stop. Mm-hmm. Okay, and we already talked about this one. The boy put on the shirt sometime in the past, but it's still happening right now and going on. Mhm. Okay, so we see this is how we have to build it. So we have to use the right form of to be. So that would be, do you remember what are the right forms of to be? Maybe Barry, can you say the right form? So I am, you.
You are.
Mhm.
He
He,
is.
she.
She is. He
Mhm.
is. We are. You are. They are.
Very good. Okay. So we need to think about that. So we need to change to be to the right form. Then we need to use the verb here as we know it. So infinitive, that means how we would say to be, to wear, to do. All of those forms are the infinitive forms, okay? So just the verb without changing it, just the verb. Mhm. And then we add ing. Okay, so this is how we build that. I think you already know it, so it looks maybe a bit difficult, but I think you already know it. Okay, so then our correct sentence would be, and maybe Dylan, could you read this last sentence for us?
I am already wearing my new shirt.
Very good. Okay, and we can see here, this is how we do this. So we add to be here. In this case, I am already wear. This is our infinitive verb to wear. And we add ing. I am already wearing my new shirt. Okay, very good. And here, as a reminder, when do we use this form? So we use this if something started in the past, and this is very important, it is still true now and going on, it's not stopping. Then we use this form. Okay, wow, that was a lot of grammar and theory today. So I think we can stop here for today. And I would like to ask you, so first, do you have questions maybe? No? Okay. Then I would say for homework, you can play the game again that we started and then just have a look again at the slides maybe. And if you have questions, we can talk about them also next time in class. Okay. So if there are no more questions, then I would say good job. I know it was a bit of a boring topic, but it's very important that we know it. So, okay, I hope you have fun playing the game later on. And then I wish you a nice evening. And then I'll see you again next week. Okay? All right. Then have a good evening. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
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 Bye bye, teacher.
Bye.
Bye.